Hi, everybody, and welcome to Devotions. Today it's Monday, and it's nearly spring. It's happening this week, the first day of spring, and I pray that it will be a great week for you. Well, why do people believe in Jesus? 2,000 years later, people still believing in Jesus. Christians kind of get criticized and hammered because people think we're out of date or we're not in touch with the times, whatever it may be. Why do I believe in Jesus? I want to give you a few reasons why I believe in Jesus. Let me start with the first one. The first one is that Jesus is God come to us as man. I believe that for all kinds of reasons, but let me just show you something here. If you take this glass of water and you pour some oil into it and you mix it up, what happens? The oil rises to the top. They're still separate from each other. And people have thought like that about Jesus, but he's not half God and half man. Jesus is more like this. If you take this glass of water and you pour some cola tonic into it and you mix it up, you can't see where the cola tonic ends, where the water begins. They're all one. And this is Jesus, the man in whom God expresses himself. It's a great mystery, but God has visited our planet in Jesus. That's the first reason I believe that Jesus is God who has come to us in human form. The second thing is that Jesus died and he rose again. Nobody in the entire history of the world has risen from the dead, apart from Jesus. Many have been resuscitated after they died, but then they had to die at a later stage. And so, because of his resurrection, which is beyond doubt, there were so many witnesses to it afterwards. That's another reason that I believe in Jesus. The third reason is that when I accept him, as I did a long time ago, he gives me a new spiritual life. He brings me into a relationship with God, which impresses itself upon my heart. And I can walk with him, and I can talk with him, and I can listen to him in my heart and through his word. And that's another reason why I believe in him. Another one is that his presence is always with me. I've been through some great times in my life. I've been through some tough times in my life. And the same, I'm sure, is your experience. But Jesus, throughout all those many, many years, has been with me every step of the way. I've always been able to turn to him. And then another reason is that when I mess up and when I make mistakes, which I have on too many occasions, I can go to him and confess and say, Lord, I'm sorry, but thank you that you died on the cross so that I could be right with God and be forgiven. And he gives to me the peace of knowing that my sins are forgiven and that I can carry on, go forward with my life with him helping me. And then another reason that I believe in Jesus is that he gives me the power. He gives me the power to love. When people are difficult, when people perhaps hurt me, when people ignore me, whatever it may be, there is a fountain of love in our hearts that enables us to forgive and to love and to give of ourselves. And then another reason that I believe in Jesus is that he answers my prayers. I could give you a long, long list of answered prayers, but I can take everything to Jesus, knowing that he pays attention, that he's concerned, that he listens, and that he also responds. I've seen Jesus do impossible things, and that's another reason I believe in him. And then there is this great hope Nothing can separate us from the love of God. Yes, the earthly bodies will die, but that relationship with God that Jesus gives to us will never die. And as I know he's near to me now, I will be with him also in death and beyond. And just one more, and that is Jesus gives me a purpose for living. And the purpose for living is to please him in all the things I do and to seek to express his love and his goodness in the way that I live. I praise God for Jesus and I believe in him. May God bless you as you go into this week of spring. Bye for now.